Hi, Leos, and welcome to your September 2016 General Tarot Forecast. My name is Sky, and I'm here to deliver an amazing reading for you guys. I hope that it resonates with you and that you get some great advice for some of the energies that are currently in your life. So, first of all, I would love it if you guys would go and check out my Etsy shop. It's linked in the description box below. It's a new undertaking for me, but I've been enjoying very much the process of getting it set up, and I hope that you guys, if nothing else, will enjoy the aesthetic of it and maybe read through the packages if you have some spare time. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start on your general forecast for the month of September. So I'm going to take a moment just to look at your spread and take in some of the energies of the cards. Okay, so something that's definitely coming forward for the month of September, without a doubt, there's going to be a lot of communication. This could be communication with family members or with co-workers or people that have to do with your career. Because you guys have that Three of Pentacles and that Page of Pentacles. And it's like there are small changes at work in your career. I think I'm going to talk about career first because that's what's jumping out at me and coming to the forefront. For some Leos out there, I think that you guys may have been kind of stuck in a job or on a career path, and that's kind of been stuck in limbo maybe. Maybe some of your careers recently haven't felt very spontaneous, or the routine is starting to get to you. And what these cards are trying to say is that, I think that might be about to change. I think that you're currently rebuilding your inner foundations as a person. And as that relates to career, with that Three of Pentacles there, I really think that it's going to be solid. It's going to be more sturdy than it used to be. And the people in your job are going to realize the progress that you're making. If you're thinking about taking risks right now with work, now is a great time. If you're thinking about having a dialogue with a higher up, a boss or a supervisor, about potentially getting a raise, potentially getting a bonus, or anything that you feel like you need, as long as you've put the work in, it's going to go great right now. Because right after that you have that Page of Pentacles, and we can interpret that in a few different ways. First of all, the Page of Pentacles can say you're going to get a little bit extra money than you expected. It's not going to be an exorbitant amount of money, but it's going to maybe come in the form of a small bonus or a small raise that really can make a difference in your September and potentially a difference in the rest of the time you spend at this job. On the other side, the Page of Pentacles could also refer to a coworker or another person within your job. This person is looking for an investment. This person is looking, if it's a higher up, they're looking for someone to promote. They're looking for someone to change positions, someone to rise through the company. And if this is you or this is a coworker, it means that there's someone who is trying to seek that out, someone who's looking for a promotion, someone who's looking to rise through the company, and they're setting their sails or their sights on accomplishing this. So that's just a little interesting food for thought as it relates to your career, Leos. As it goes for interpersonal relationships, I see Leos potentially coming into contact with someone from their past for sure, definitely. That Six of Cups in the reverse, it says to me that you may have been planning to reach out to someone from your past. It could be someone from your childhood. It could be a family member, someone, or even a love relationship, someone with whom you have a very nostalgic connection with, someone that you don't really have a very active relationship with right now, and you kind of view them in a positive light. You kind of only have past memories to remember them by. So I see you reaching out, Leo, or potentially even someone reaching out to you. But it's not quite going to go like you expect it to, I don't think. And this isn't good or bad. But if you're really dreading it, if it's like something that you're really nervous about, like you haven't talked to this person in a long time, I feel like you're going to meet and it's going to be like you left off the day that you from the day that you last saw them, which is going to be beautiful. Also, if you have only positive expectations, you might need to think more clearly about that. Like, how could that go the other direction? I'm not trying to say that it's not going to go well, but something as it relates to reaching out to an old person from your life might not go quite as expected, but I don't see anything horrible happening as a result of it. And, you have one major arcana card in your reading for the month of September, which means it's definitely going to be somewhat memorable. And that's the Chariot. So you're faced with a lot of decisions right now. You're faced with, you're kind of at a forked path. You could go one way or another. And to you, Leo, it feels like each different way will drastically change your future. This also is a really good thing for your vitality, though. Whenever we see the Chariot in the upright position, it says you have a lot of energy. You have a lot on your plate right now, but you're taking the necessary steps to stay energized. You're getting enough rest. And if you don't feel like you're getting enough rest, it's time to start really figuring out how you can, because there is some more energy coming your way. And if you can meet the universe halfway, you're going to really be able to accomplish your goals very easily. So on the bottom, sort of the foundation of your reading, and also what I consider the past, what's led up to create the outcome that we see on that top row. You have the Two of Swords and you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So the Two of Swords is a lot like the Chariot. I believe it's actually one of the minor arcana representations of the Chariot, because you have this woman who's blindfolded with the two swords, and this also speaks to indecision and struggling to make a decision. This can also be someone who's not employing much emotional care of others. I don't know if this is representing you, Leo, or someone in your life, but there's potentially someone in your life who you feel like you're getting like cut up by, and not physically, but emotionally. Like someone who doesn't seem like they care, someone who just says whatever rolls off their tongue, and they don't really, they don't use much caution on how their words affect you right now. And this probably all goes back into the past and how the relationship went. But if this is you, Leo, like, it's important for in September for you to like be careful of how you speak. Like, if you have someone who you have a troublesome relationship with, like, mind your words. Make sure that you don't say something that you'll live to regret. Make sure that you stick to your words, that you don't give false impressions to people about something. And also, just kind of say what you mean and mean what you say, I think is the most important message for September almost. Because, if you don't do that, you're going to see yourself like reaching out to this person, and it's going to be like, Leos, you could potentially find yourself creating a completely different outcome than you anticipated, because you might feel like you can predict people's actions right now, or predict people's reactions right now, but that could really not turn out like you expect, especially with the Chariot and the Two of Swords there. So I think that's another really good thing to mention about this reading is, a lot of things are up in the air right now. Don't bargain on something being set in stone. Don't bargain on things turning out the way that you expect them to. Like, leave yourself some wiggle room in finances, in relationships, in your career. Leave yourself some room to be flexible. And that's going to really find you. Because, if you're a bit conservative with your assets, with your emotions, with your anger, anything, the worst case scenario is that you're just kind of left with an abundance of material. Like, if you have a budget and you choose to save more, just in case something doesn't go the way you expect it to. I mean, the worst case scenario, your next paycheck comes and you have more than you would have anyway, so you can just spend the money later down the road. But then if something difficult does come along, you're going to be prepared for it, and it's a win-win scenario for you, Leo. Also, there might be someone in your life right now who, or actually, I think it might be someone from your past. It could be this person that you're trying to reach out to, who may come across as smug, or, like, they're withholding information from you. I'm getting that from that Nine of Cups in the reversed. Like, there's a lot of potential with this person. There's a lot of potential for emotional, financial, material gain. Any kind of gain that really correlates to what you're looking for right now, Leo. I think that that potential exists, but it might be kind of difficult to break through this person's wall. So you just really have to, establish that dialogue with this person and kind of draw conclusions as you go along. And once you feel like you've made a good conclusion, like, cut the ties if necessary. Otherwise, you'll be left with a really positive relationship, I think. The Chariot is also a card of victory. So, and the fact that it's your only major arcana card, it really suggests to me that whatever your intentions are right now, Leo, you will be victorious in achieving them. I think that you're really going to be good at identifying yourself and projecting the identity that you desire to the people around you. And make sure you don't misuse that. Make sure that the identity that you choose to express is authentic of yourself and doesn't have a guise of manipulation or anything like that, because although you might achieve a short-term victory with sort of a guise, it's not usually something that is very lasting, and we always reap what we sow. So but I think most Leos are going to be projecting an authentic identity to the people around them. And, through this, people are really going to look up to you in the month of September, I think, Leo. I see what it's trying to say. You might step into some new roles of leadership in the month of September. Like, this could be that promotion that I'm talking about, potentially. This could be with family connections or even in a relationship. It's like you might be setting some new standards for the relationship, and you're really stepping into a place of leadership, and people are really looking up to you. So don't misuse that power. I don't think y'all are going to. I don't really see a lot of that in this reading. But, I think that it's just best for you guys to allow yourself to step into this role of leadership. Don't feel like you don't deserve it. The only thing you've got to watch out for, I think, for the month of September is not sticking to your words, is potentially letting your ego get the best of you. That the Two of Swords is the only problem area, in my opinion, for the month of September. You could potentially let your ego get the best of you. You could let your words come off, or you could not employ enough discretion with your words to where you're coming off kind of rude or overly blunt to the people that you love. So just beware of that. But other than that, it's going to be a great month, Leos. You're going to form more solid foundations towards the way you make your money. You're going to reach out to some old friends or love relationships, and that's going to be mostly successful, I believe. But best of all, you're going to step into a place of leadership with the people who are currently in your life. So I hope that September is great for you guys, and I will see you guys for monthly October readings. Bye.